All right, we got Miami taking on Utah Black Diamonds. Black Diamonds down 2-0 and getting crushed in this one, 20-10. Look at Fed going hard at ALW. Uh-oh, what did he say?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
The announcers are like, oh my goodness. You can't hear it, so you're like, wait, what happened? What did he say?
16 years old.
Oh, he said something.
16 years old.
She's 16 years old, somebody's saying. What did he say to her?
From Federico Stakstrud.
Look at her reaction. She goes, oh my goodness. He gets an orange card, which means they lose a point. What the heck did Fed say to her? We're going to talk all about it. Welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Pickleball Podcast. This week, we're at MLP Dallas, the second event in the second half of the season. It was a fun one. We had a lot of great matches, a lot of fun drama going on. We're going to get all into it. But first, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, sharing this with your friends who play pickleball, who watch pickleball, spread the word. Leave a comment below. Tell me what your favorite part of the weekend was. Make sure you're subscribed in case you aren't already. And as a reminder, go ahead and check out the Etsy store for Sorry Not Sorry. Pick up some cool merch. Rep that on the pickleball courts. The link is in the description below. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode.
This is the new and improved forgiveness. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. I'm sorry. Forgiveness.
I'm not sorry I took the money.
All right, let's talk about the Premier League final. We had the Orlando Squeeze taking on the DC Pickleball team. The same matchup we had last time, but that's okay because it's a great matchup, and it ended up being a really fun match. As you remember from the first MLP event of the second half of the season this year, the Squeeze beat DC. They came back down 2-0 and won it in a dream breaker. So DC is looking to get some revenge. Let's talk about what happened. All right, well, before we talk about the finals, let's actually talk about how we even ended up with this matchup in the first place. Let's rewind to the day before our quarterfinal matches that were going to determine who the DC Pickleball team and Orlando Squeeze would end up playing in the semifinals. Megan Fudge ended up getting called up from the Challenger League so that way she could play for the Columbus Sliders because Maggie Brasha got sick. So she wasn't able to play. Megan Fudge to the rescue. She played great, especially in this quarterfinal match. She ended up winning the women's match against Andrea Coop and Catherine Parento, gets Columbus up 1-0. So then we go to men's. We got Hayden Patrickman and Tyler Loong taking on Colin Johns and JW Johnson. Colin Johns always pretty good on men's doubles. Mixed is his weakness. But oh man, this time around in men's did not feel like his best day.
You know who does not like the let cords? And
Oh, watch this one again. Colin Johns. Why does it always happen to him where he gets all the net cords? Brooklyn Aces end up running away with this one. They're going to take this second game 21-13, which means we're tied 1-1 heading into mixed. So we go to our first mixed game, Colin Johns and Megan Fudge. I think most people going into this one were like, oh, it's Colin Johns playing mixed. And he's playing with somebody who's never played on the sliders, a player from the Challenger League, Megan Fudge, APP against PPA. No way the sliders take this one, right? Colin doesn't know how to play mixed well. But look what happens. I mean, Colin actually played one of his best mixed games ever, I would argue. He played aggressive. I don't know if it's because he had Megan Fudge or if he just was motivated being in the playoffs. Ends up playing real aggressive. This game ended up being real close. I mean, it's 22-21 here. Sliders have a chance to win it if they could get this point. Look at this little firefight. And Colin Johns wins a mixed match. Oh my goodness. He's so pumped. He's like, do we hug? I've never done this before. Why is Maggie on the sideline? Isn't she sick? What are you doing outside right now? She's like, this is awkward. I kind of was hoping that my replacement wouldn't be better than me, but okay, I'll cheer for you anyways. Yeah, good job. Secretly, she's dying inside. She's like, oh my gosh. Megan Fudge is going to replace me permanently in the Premier League, isn't she? Megan Fudge is now going to put on her resume. Won a mixed game with Colin Johns in MLP. That's huge. Maggie, go rest up. I feel like you should just be like taking it easy if you're sick. More like sick of losing. with Colin. All right, so Columbus up 2-1. We're going to go to our next mixed game, and this is where things get interesting. Megan Dizon and J.W. Johnson taking on Tyler Lung and Catherine Parento. Watch this. Oh!
Oh, no. Oh, God.
She's down for the count.
Has taken
What happened? Was it the ball? Was it a paddle?
earlier this
Let's
season.
take a closer look. She looks pretty hurt. J-Dub is like, doesn't really care. He's like, ooh, this is awkward. It's like, okay, I'm fine. Everything's okay. Let's take a closer look now. Watch this replay. Ball gets popped up. Clap. Oh, right in the back of the head with a J.W. Johnson flick. She's smiling. She's like, yeah, I'm okay. It's only happened twice now. Megan Dizon actually had to drop out of a tournament like a month or so back because Fed did the same thing and smacked her in the side of the head. So it's kind of like, does she have a concussion? What's happening here? Is she just got to take a breather? Is it just a bruise? J-Dub does not care at all. He just, sorry. Let me just get the ball.
Megan Dizon has
Here you go.
taken a blow to the head
If I
before
act like nothing happened,
this
that
earlier
means
this
nothing
season.
happened, right?
And
Let me help you up? No?
had
Okay.
a concussion
We're good,
for
right? We can continue?
time.
It's like when you like hit a little sibling or something like that, and you know they're about to cry, and you just try to like stand them up and be like, no, nothing's happening. We're fine, right? Watch this. Clap. He even goes, ooh. He's like, if I just ignore it, you're going to be fine, right? I don't know how bad it was, but I mean, it's a J.W. Johnson.
Second time in one
He's got like the strongest wrist in the game. That had to hurt. So there was a question of whether or not she was going to come back after that. The Sliders did have an option to replace her with somebody from the Challenger League. Challenger League was finished, so they could pick anybody in the Challenger League. So their thought was maybe we could take Yana Newell. She played great all weekend. Should we replace Megan Dizon or do we keep her? If we replace her, that means she's replaced the rest of the tournament. We're only in the quarterfinals, so if they do advance, that means she's done for the rest of the way through. So they decided to stick with her, and she actually played pretty well for the rest of this game. They came back, tied 20-20 here. Megan Dizon is looking like she's not concussed, I guess, if that means you could play pickleball pretty well. Brooklyn Aces, though, they're still going to take this one. They win it 22-20, which means we're headed to a dream breaker to decide who's going to the semifinal match. Still not sure, though, is Megan Dizon going to play? In between, there was a lot of uncertainty. Megan Dizon sitting on the sidelines talking to Megan Fudge. It almost looks like she's honestly crying. I feel kind of bad. I don't think it's from a pain thing. I think it's just from, like, not being able to play at her best. She's like, damn it, we were so close. And then J-Dub hit me in the head. And now we might lose this thing. Megan Fudge, such a great teammate. She wasn't even supposed to be there, and look at that. Would Maggie be doing that? I don't know. Yana Newell just sitting there like, give me the word and I'm in. I'm ready to go. I mean, we were at the point where she's sitting there warming up. She's like, I'm ready to go. Tell me, I'm in. Let's do it. The Brooklyn Aces were like having a lot of discussion with the refs. Like, is this even allowed? I mean, she played the last match. Doesn't that mean she's okay? It's not really fair. Yana Newell's really good at singles. Looks like the ref is like really like trying to figure this thing out. Brooks Wiley, the commissioner of MLP, getting involved, trying to figure out what's going on here. They're legit looking at the rule book like, shit, what do we do here? What's allowed? Rule 3, 30 section B, line C. I guess she can't play. It's like, damn it, we don't have a rule on that. We should just scribble one in right now. So eventually they decide, Megan Dizon, you are playing. Get in there. You should have been warming up that whole time, but it's fine. We'll roll with it. So here we go, Dream Breaker. We ended up having a lot of great matchups. Love it when it's men versus women. Colin Johns taking on Catherine Parento. Look at that shot. Colin's like, I could play singles too. We even had Megan Fudge taking on Tyler Lung. What a fun matchup. Oh, look at that. Gets the point on him. Sliders and Aces tied at 6. Then the matchup we all wanted to see. Megan Dizon beating Coop. Sliders up 9-7. Dizon looking healthy and mentally clear. So we're all tied up at 19-19. Catherine Parento's going to serve it to Colin Johns. And man, he just blows it. Watch this. Can't get it. Catherine Parento gets them up 2019. 1 point away from winning this in a Dream Breaker. She's so pumped she drops her paddle. So it all comes down to Colin Johns. Can you keep your team alive here? Nice little backhand reset. He's at the kitchen line, slams it, and gets it to go. Look at J-Dub. He's like, whoo! Jeez Louise, this is scary. All right, so now it's up to Megan Fudge going against Tyler Lung. She is real good at singles and proves it right there. They're up 22-21. 1 point away from winning this thing. So Fudge couldn't close it. It's 22-22. Coop against Dizon. She stayed in. Was it a good choice? Uh-oh. Brooklyn Ace is up by 1. 1 point away from winning the Dream Breaker once again. So here we go. Coop against Dizon and gets the ball by her. Dizon slams her paddle down. What a shot from Coop. And they're going to move on to the semifinals. So should they have replaced her with Yana Newell? I mean, we'll never know if that would have made a difference. But, I mean, definitely keeping her in did not help them win. All right, our other quarterfinal match was the Miami Pickleball Club taking on the Chicago Slice. This one was not as close. So Ben Johns and Jesse Irvin, they're going to take this one and beat Fed and Hurricane Tyra Black. Chicago wins 3-0. Miami Pickleball Club, what a disappointment. But Miami Pickleball Club did gift us with an awesome moment from group play. Let's go ahead and rewind to that. So let's rewind real quick to the group play match. Miami Pickleball Club taking on the Utah Black Diamonds. I mean, this match was not even close. As you can see here, Miami up 2-0. Fed and Hurricane Tyra Black just absolutely steamrolling the Utah Black Diamonds. Anna Leigh Waters and AJ Kohler. Look at that. ALW getting a little scream, even though they only have 8 points. Ooh, a little intense, getting in your face. That's pretty brave when you're down by 11. So here we go. It's 9:20 now. ALW gets the net cord to land there. AJ Kohler slams it, and ALW screams again in their faces. Little awkward when you're losing by that much, but okay. Seemed a little bit forced, but here we go. Next point. Fed going off on her. And then he says something.
Oh, my God.
And the announcer freaks out. Oh, my gosh. Immediately, everybody's like, oh, that's a card. Yep. So it's like, what did he say? You can't really hear it. He just really gets in her face and then immediately turns around like, oops, shouldn't have said that. Look at ALW's face. She's like, oh. I mean, it's like, it must be bad if she goes, oh. AJ Kohler getting in their face. Johnny Goldberg's like, dude, back off. Stakstrud's apologizing. Look at him. I think he just said the P word. Getting an orange card.
Offensive language.
And it's
For
warranted.
offensive language. That means they lose a point. They keep the ball, but they lose a point. Kind of a weird punishment. So watch this. Here it is. Goes off on her and then take that. Oh, take that. I don't know. I mean, look, he's just in the moment, heated up. I get it. She's 16. I mean, it even looks like he gets a little defensive about it here. They start calling him out. He turns around like, what? What do you want me to do? She said, come on to me before. What? Who cares that she's 16? I don't know. I mean, the 16-year-old part is a little bit irrelevant. It is kind of just messed up to curse at a woman, in my opinion. I guess the question is, was he saying it directly to her? Or was he kind of just like pumped and saying it more to like the team? Either way, it's nice to see them laughing about it. It is kind of funny. It's just words. He didn't say you're a bitch. He said, take that. Look, he's trying to say sorry. Hey, I've raised my hand up. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. So next point, it's now 19-10 since they lost a point. AJ Kohler hits one on Fed. I wish he said take that so badly. I mean, come on, dude. You could afford to lose a point. You guys aren't winning this match. It would have been way more fun that way. And so Fed and Hurricane Tyra Black, they're still going to win this one. Miami Pickleball Club is going to win the match. And look at AJ Kohler. He's going to do the move where you handshake somebody but hold their hand for really long. Trying to confront him like, bro, she's like my little sister, dude. Don't ever say that again. I bet you won't say it to my face. He's like, dude, it was like a few points ago. Relax. Johnny Goldberg's like, dude, relax. Even Hurricane's getting in the way. Like, come on, dude, relax. He said a word. Still chirping at him. Look, even at the end here, Fed comes in his hood and towel, just trying to hide his face. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just in the moment. She's like, it's fine. All right, so now let's move on. Let's talk about the semifinal matchup that we had. We got the Brooklyn Aces taking on the DC Pickleball Club in our first semifinal match on Sunday. Both the Kawamotos played amazing this weekend, including this match. They're going to take this one 21-16 against Catherine Parento and Andrea Coop. And so DC Pickleball Club up 1-0. So then in men's doubles, Tyler Lung and Hayden Patrick can watch this Ernie on DC against Riley Newman and Christian Alshon. So this match was pretty close for the first half. I mean, it's 12-11 here. DC up by 1. Look at this little firefight. Tyler Lung with the little jump get. Not enough, though. Christian Alshon and Riley Newman finished that one. Watch this again. Whoop. Little jump there. Is that his new move? Has he been drilling that move? DC ended up running away with this one. It's 2013 here. And watch this point. Some controversy. Did that hit his paddle? Did that hit his hand? Or did that hit his stomach or his arm? They're going to challenge that. Alshon's like, it hit my hand. Look, you can see the mark right here. That does count. Hitting the hand is allowed. It's part of the paddle. I mean, pretty clearly you can see it hit the hand on there. So looks like a clean play from all these angles. Look at that. MLP production is the best. So now DC up 2-0. And here we go. Our first mixed game. Started to get carried away. 12-5 here. But watch this point. One of the best points of the weekend. We're going to get into it in a second here. Watch Tyler Loom taking over. He's going to hit him with a jump. He has been drilling that. That's the second time he did it. And this time he finishes. What a point. That's absolutely crazy. He's always jumping around, whether it's an Ernie or whatever the heck this is called. Is this his shot now? Whoop. Just clears the net and then continues to take over. Great play by Tyler Loom. So DC, they're 1 point away from winning this thing. A clean sweep of the Brooklyn Aces. Jackie serves it. And we are gifted with one of the best rallies that we had all weekend. Check this out. So it starts with some dinking. Back and forth. Lob by Loom. Jackie plays it excellent. DC's back on defense, trying to make their way back in. Some good resets from Christian Alshon. Gets the net cord to land. Back to Dinkin, some aggressive dinking. Christian Alshon tries to put it away. Can't. Overhead. Can't get it in. Gets lobbed up right on the back line. Bert. Catherine Barreto can't get it. Oh! And DC wins it. They're going to the finals. Oh my goodness. I was rooting for Brooklyn so bad on that point. That would have been epic if they had been able to get that. But either way, DC, the sweep of Brooklyn Aces. And they're going to make their way to the championship once again. What a final point. Running around everywhere. How chaotic. MLP, so much fun. All right, so let's talk about our other semifinal match. The Orlando Squeeze taking on the Chicago Slice. Women's doubles, we had Jessie Irvin, Lacey Schneeman taking on Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher. Oh, and look at that. Jessie Irvin getting tagged. Coach is pumped. He wants more of that. This game was close for the most part. 16-15 here. Squeeze up by 1, and watch this. Just aggressive pickleball. Shake and bake. Rohrbacher's getting the crowd pumped. She thrives in this environment. So the Squeeze take women's doubles. Now let's go to men's doubles. Ben Johns and Eric Lang. They were not looking good this tournament. They did not play well at all together. I mean, even like right here, look at this. They're down 17-12 now. They're going to call a timeout right here. Eric Lang and Ben Johns, they dropped every single game playing together during group play. They did win one in the quarterfinal match, but that was it. So they were down 17-12. After the timeout, they start making their way back. 17-14 here. And look at Ben taking over. Why can't he just do this all the time? Eric Lang's like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to play too. And then there they go. They're up 17-15. And then right here, right at Zane, they're going to get up 17-16 now, 1 point away. Finally, they're coming back. So 18-17 now. And look at this rally that ensues. Ben driving at Navertil, drops the next ball. They're at the kitchen now, getting some dinking. Some great dinkers on the court right here, except maybe Lang. But anyways, this rally's going to go on for a little bit. Playing it nice and safe. Tight game. Can't make a mistake. Ben, some great thinking when he's got a stretch to his right. Diescu playing with his proton paddle. Look at this, firefight. Oh, brought down calmly. Here we go, back to Dinky. Tries again. Oh, look at this firefight. Oh, the Burt. Ben Johns puts it away. We're tied up 18-18. So Squeeze up by 1, 2019. It's their serve. They could win it right here and get up 2-0 against the Slice. And Eric Lang, of course, he's going to be the one that falls short here. Watch this. Can't handle it. Diescu and Navratil win this game 21-19. So here we go. First mixed game. Rohrbacher and Navratil taking on Jesse Irvin and Ben Johns. And this match was really close too. Look at this, Ben Johns not giving up. Zane Navratil missed it twice in one shot. How does that even happen?
That's a special skill set from Zane to miss the ball twice.
Ready? And whiff one, and whiff two. But he makes up for it here. Watch this, Ernie. It's a backhand right at Jesse Irvin's feet. Zane Navratil can play so aggressive. Look at this, just slapping the ball around. 12-9 here, and Zane is just showing everybody that mixed is his favorite. Look at this. Taken over. That's got to feel so good against Ben Johns, too. So 19-14 now. Again, if Orlando wins this, they take the match and go to the final, so this is big. Just 2 points away from doing so. And watch this shot from Rohrbacher. Lobs it perfectly. Slice had no idea what to do with that. Watch this. You get it. No, you get it. No, you get it. Oh, neither of us got it. So the Slice keep fighting him off. It's 2018 here. Ben Johns is just looking like he is fed up with this. Just taking over, just slamming balls. To Ernie. Gets it to go. So now it's 2019. So match point for the Orlando Squeeze right here. Slice got to fight him off one more time. Back and forth thinking from the ladies. A lob gets it to land once again from Rohrbacher. Zane's trying to keep him back. And he does. The Orlando Squeeze sweep the Slice. And they are going to the finals to take on DC once again. Finals round 2. So here we go. It's time for the final. A repeat of what we saw in Atlanta, now in Dallas. DC Pickleball team looking to get their revenge on the Orlando Squeeze. Let's find out how it went down. So we start with women's doubles, Rohrbacher and Anna Bright, taking on the Kawamoto twins, Jackie and Jade. This was such a good game. If you're going to go back and watch any of the games, this was probably the one if you really love pickleball. We had some great rallies back and forth. Really started this match off perfectly. Gonna have some nice rallies here. Tries the lob. Jade handles it. And then we're back to a firefight. Oh, Jackie gets bagged. So DC up here 1 point, 10-9. Jade's gonna serve it. And look at this rally, because Jade ends up having a crazy get right here. Check this out. So she gets turned around and somehow puts that in. How did she do that? Can they recover? What's going to happen? Who's going to win this point? Trying to get back to the kitchen. Jackie, oh, lets it go, but it's in. Rachel Rohrbacher with a great shot. Let's see that get one more time. Oh, look at that flick. Somehow gets it and doesn't fall over. All right, so the Squeeze up now, 1 point. 14-13. Tries for the lob, can't get it in. And so we're going to go back and forth here for a little bit. Some aggressive dinks, turns to firefights. Oh, who's going to put it away? What a get from Jackie. They stay alive here. Going to try to bring it back to Dinkin. Slow it down a little bit. Oh, and then speeds it up. And they win the point, DC. They tied it 14-14. So DC up by 3 here, 18-15. DC playing a little bit of defense. Kawamoto's trying to get back to the kitchen. Nice resets. Bring it back to Dinkin. Aggressive dink there. Anna Bright able to track it down. Tough gets, but they're managing. Squeeze staying alive. DC tries to poke one in there. Jackie hits the net, though. Tries again. Back to Dinkin. Anna Bright speeds it up. Can't get anything to go. So who's going to win it? Rohrbacher tries to put one down the middle, but Jade gets it. Back to softness. And then the lob. It's too long. DC wins the point. 19-15. They're up big now. And so DC, they're going to take this first game for women's doubles. And they're up 1-0 for the finals. Oh my gosh, listen to these vuvuzelas, these horns, whatever you want to call them. They are the most annoying thing ever. After every point they win, they blow those horns. It makes me hate the DC pickleball team because of their fans. If they didn't have those horns, I probably wouldn't hate them so much. I love the Kawamoto twins. They're fun to watch. But I really don't want them to win a point sometimes because I don't want to hear those horns. All right, so now men's doubles. We got Andre Dayescu, Zane Navratil taking on Christian Alshon and Riley Newman. Another fun game with a great matchup. So DC up by 4 here. Christian Alshon and Riley Newman looking good together. They looked great when they were playing in Atlanta as well. So no surprise that they were taking an early lead here. Riley Newman loves him some pancake breakfast. Watch this. What a get. How did he even do that? It's like the most awkward shot ever. Watch this. Whoop. It's like a spin like that. DC up 5 now. Looking to go into the end change. Riley Newman tries it. Ernie can't get it to land though. Christian Alshon. Good coverage and Riley Newman finishes. 11-5. All right, so 17-10 now. DC, big lead. We still had some fun points, though. Watch this one. Oh, what a good firefight. Who's going to put this one away? Zane on his back heels. Gets back up to the line. We're back to dinking. Zane getting taken out wide with those roll dinks from Christian Alshon. They're so good. That is like one of his best shots now. That forehand roll dink. Look at those. Oh, and Christian Alshon with the Ernie finishes it. They're up by 8 now. 19-10. DC is starting to feel good. They know that they're on their way to a potential victory here. Riley Newman, not even playing safe anymore. He's playing all out. Gets in their face. Little chirping.
Yes, Riley Newman at his best, chirping and staring down, letting Zane...
Look at him stare him down right after this. It's like, that's out. Take that. And so DC is going to take this one 21-10. Blew them out. DC up 2-0. They're 1 game away from winning the finals against the Squeeze, just like last time. Are they going to blow it again? Let's see what happens in mixed. So our first mixed match, they bring Riley Newman and Jade Kawamoto against Anna Bright and Andre Dayescu. This is another fun game. Look at this. Switching spots. Are they going to be able to recover here? Dinking back and forth. Lefty on the left side. That's dangerous. Riley Newman puts it away. They're up 3-1 early. 3-2 now. Andre Dayescu. Watch this. He's going to go for the Ernie coming up in a second here. But he's not going to be able to get it. Jade tracks it down. Can the Squeeze still pull it off? They do. Squeeze tied up 3-3. All right, so 4-3 here. This was absolutely the best point of this match. Check this out. DC playing some D, lobbing it in there. Just making sure they keep it in. Fighting for balls in the middle. Trying to drop it in there. Riley Newman playing great offense up at the line. They finally get in. Firefight. Andre Dayescu going back and forth. Oh, my goodness. Who's going to put it away? Dayescu, nice and easy, gets it to go. And the Squeeze take a 2-point lead here. They are fighting for their lives. Look at this firefight back and forth. Looking like a dang bird out there with his arms flapping out.
Line and I formation, challenging their hands.
So the Squeeze were up 15-10. The lead is starting to get cut short. It's 15-12 here. DC is not going down without a fight. And look at this point right here. Squeeze playing a little bit of defense here. But DC is going to find a little bit of a hole right down the middle. Watch this. Oh, find some room. Riley Newman's pumped. 15-13 now. So 3-point game, 16-13 here. Dayescu taking up a lot of court, potentially too much court. It's going to get him into trouble here. Watch this. Just trying to keep them back. Moves in. Oh, steps on Anna Bright's shoe and falls in the kitchen. He didn't even hit the ball, but because he touched her, that counts as one body.
When you and your partner make contact together and one of them volleys the ball, 2 becomes 1. Football.
2 becomes 1. So they're 2, and now they're 1. Oh, tough break for them. So it's 16-14 now, 2-point game. Orlando has to win this game if they want a chance. DC looking to finish this thing off. The lob lands. Riley Newman tries to put one short and then gets that next one to go. Wide open space. It's a 1-point game now. So DC down by 1. Tied game now, 17-17. They were down by 5, and they've come back here late. So the squeeze got game point. And look what happens here. It's 2017. They got a chance to get this game. Nice little firefight action going on. Great rally. Who's going to come away with it? Back to Dinkin. Oh. And they can't get it to go. DC picks up the point. It's 2018 now. Riley Newman not giving up. He's getting flashbacks. So here we go, 2019. Riley Newman drops it in. Diesky gets big. We're Dinkin. Jade hits one wide. Diescu, Dinkin as well. Riley Newman tries to speed up on Anna Bright. She says no. She wants this.
Yeah, she said no go against Riley Newman right there.
Look at her. He tries to get one over her head, and no. He's like, oh, shoot. Here we go again. This is like what happened at Atlanta.
With game point number 2.
The squeeze going to pull this one off. Anna Bright serves it up. Chance to win it here. Just got to get this point. We're at a little Dinkin battle. Jade controlling it well. Riley Newman with his two-handed dinks. Oh, and a lob controlled by Newman. Trying to get back. Playing some D. Can the squeeze put it away? The lob up. Riley Newman saves it. It lands in. How did he do that? Who's going to win this? Oh! And he bags Anna Bright. Right after she said no, he says yes. Look at this. She tried to let it go, and she gets clipped in the head. Oh, what terrible timing.
Talk about some retaliation from Riley Newman.
That was payback. The Squeeze were up by 5 at one point. They even had a game point, too. So DC ends up getting a 1-point lead. They got game and match and finals point on their paddle. Now they just got to put it away, but Andre Diescu with the awesome Ernie tie this thing up at 22-22. So who wants it? We're tied up at 22-22. Little firefight action. Jade resets it perfectly. Back to Dinkin, wide dinks. Who's gonna get the speed up? Jade, nice and controlled. And then Jade goes for the Ernie! Puts it away right down the middle. DC up a point. They could win the finals right here off of that. Look at this Ernie from the lefty. Steps in there, nice and clean. Gets it to go. So is that the momentum killer? Riley Newman drops it in. Andre Diescu takes it. And Riley Newman, look at him jumping up and down. They win it. DC Pickleball team, they are going to win the MLP finals here in Dallas. They beat the Orlando Squeeze. They learned their lesson from Atlanta and took the first mixed game. What an awesome game. What an awesome match. It was 3-0, but this felt like it was a lot closer than that. So they're tied 1-1 on the year. We still have a third event. Could you imagine if it's DC Pickleball team and the Orlando Squeeze? By the way, did you see that slap? Look at this. She's pumped. Jackie says, "What up, Jade?" She's like, ow. I love Jade's reaction, too, after they win it. She's like, "Can I hug you?" Watch. "Yeah, hug me, hug me." All right, there we go. Now you can hug me. Riley Newman's just so excited. He's celebrating by himself. So Riley Newman finally wins something. He gets a, I don't know if you'd call it gold, but he's first place.
Our teammates absolutely killed it. They did so well. The fans were incredible. I feel like my teammates carried me all the way to an MLP title. So first one for me, so I'm very happy.
Pretty humble, right? You would imagine that would probably rub off on the rest of his teammates, right? Christian Alshon, known for his humility.
And I'm one of the few people that graduated from Challenger to Premier, so now I have titles in both. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Never been done before. Let's go.
Why do you do so many things that make me hate you so much?
Both. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Never been done before. Let's go.
Oh, I'm cringing so much. Yeah, I did it. I'm the best, right, guys? Cheer for me. It's about me. I'm going to make a YouTube video about this. And so DC Pickleball team, they're going to win it. But let's find out who the MVP was. Jackie only dropped one game the whole
Christian Alshon.
event. But what? Christian Alshon wins it? I guess he only dropped one game too. Is this an MVP for the finals or like the whole tournament? I don't think anybody really knows. Either way, why did he win it? He's so pumped he's going on a cruise. Riley's like, you better take me, dude. All right, now let's talk about the challenger level. Obviously not as good pickleball as a premier level, but we still had some fun moments. So let's get into some of it. Want to definitely talk about this. Mad Drops taking on the Hustlers. And look at this, Tardio. Gonna get all pumped up and scream after the point. He's playing with Allison Harris, taking on Jill Braverman. And Kwame Martinez-Vick. And watch what happens here on this point. Jill Braverman, so pumped. Oh, screaming in his face. Get out of here. Oh my goodness, that was intense. For being down 18-12? I don't know about that. I mean, this just seems so unnecessary. I get it, he was screaming after a lot of points. Get out of here! It's just so harsh. Get out of here! There's like no crowd there, too. It's just so awkward to be. And so then a few points later, Gabe Tardio, he is just animated now. Look at this. Gets big. He's like, what? Get out of where? I can't hear you. Oh, that's the perfect response. And he does not let it go. Look at this. He's playing so aggressive. Coming right at her. Gets in her face. Oh, my goodness. Stares her down. And so the Mad Drops, they're going to end up winning this one off a slam from Tardio. And then they're cool afterwards. Like, yeah, high five. All right, next I want to show this match right here. The Mashers versus the Hustlers. DJ Young and Kyle Yates. I don't know what's going on with them, but look at Kyle Yates. He leaves and he's looking at DJ Young like, really, dude? He even goes up to the ref right here. I don't know what he's complaining about or talking about. Can't quite figure it out. Maybe DJ Young was getting loud, saying stuff. Kyle Yates was not a fan. So anyways, fast forward to the mixed match. They're tied 1-1 here. And the Mashers are going to take this game and go up 2-1. DJ Young's so pumped he doesn't even power tap. And look at Kyle Yates. Tosses the ball at him. He's like, you disrespectful little shit.
Go! Bring it home!
DJ Young's like, oh, sorry. I'll paddle tap. He didn't even notice that the ball got hit at him. Let's take another look at it. Watch Kyle Yates. He's like, dude, paddle tap me. And then the ref's like, excuse me, sir, get back here. Sir, you can't do that. If you give somebody an orange card, do they lose a point in the next game? Like, do they start off with -1 points? How does that work? And so let's fast forward now to the playoffs. Let's talk about the semifinal match that went down. The Frisco Pandas, who never won a match in MLP history, and they finally got one. And not only that, they made their way to the semifinals here against the St. Louis Shock, a great team. So this was going to be an interesting match. Men's doubles we start off with, and look. So the score is 23-22. The Pandas up by 1. And this was probably the most controversial thing that happened all weekend. Look at this! A noisemaker rolling back and forth on the court. Whose fault is that? So what happened here? So they call that ball out, but they're saying it was hindrance. So they're going to redo the point, but the Shock are like, but wait, we called it out. That didn't affect the play. Do we think that Mick saw it?
So this is where it gets interesting.
It's kind of a weird, tricky situation. Where does this thing even come from? Are we able to see it? When does it fall on the court? Keep your eye out. I don't know who the heck released this thing into the wild. Oh, it just rolls out from the bottom there. And perfectly on the court just for 2 seconds and then rolls back away. Just dipped its toes on the court. It's like, whoop. Oh, terrible idea. Let me go back. My bad, my bad. I'll go off to the side. Of course, it's like right where the ball is, too. So they challenge the hindrance, which is kind of a weird thing. Definitely out. But I guess the question is, like, did that bother somebody before the shot was made? Frisco Panda is in shock. It's like, finally, my team makes it. Please let us get a hindrance. Let's see what he says.
The ball was not dead when I called the hinder.
What? Really?
Therefore, the call on court to do a replay stands.
That's his explanation? I don't know about that. Look, everybody in the background's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That ain't the truth. Look how pissed they are. So it seems like they were unsure that that's even what the challenge was about. So the Pandas end up winning this game, get up a 1-point lead. So disappointing for the Shock. So fast forward now, Frisco Pandas up 2-1. They're 1 game away from making it to the finals, which would be crazy if they were able to pull that off. Check this point out. Bobby Oshiro hits one seemingly out of bounds. From this angle, it looked like it was out of bounds. Looks like they're questioning it, so she goes, you know, might as well challenge it. Rob Nunnery's right on top of it. Clear view. Let's take a look. Oh, there it is. Yeah, contacting the ground, and it looks out. You know, middle of the ball is for sure out of bounds. I mean, I think that's as clear as it gets, right? It's a close one, but it's out. You know, sometimes with the frame rate, it's not always perfect. Sometimes you don't actually get a shot of the ball being right on the ground, but this one you did, and that looked like it was touching the gray part.
After video review, the out call is overturned.
What? She's like, oh, let's go. Look, he's even smiling. That's sketchy. Why is he smiling so much at that? Rob is like, it was right there. They're looking at the replay on their phones. They're like, what are you talking about, dude? Look, they're staring at their phones like, we can see it. You're lying. The ref doesn't even want to see it. He's trying to show it to him. Look at his face like, oh my God, are you serious, dude? He's like, look, camera, look at that. Terrible call. That wasn't the only terrible call. Check out this from the Dream Breaker. The Breakers taking on the DC Pickleball team. Leah Jansen hits one clearly on the line. They call it out. She's like, what? She's like, it was on the line. She's like, please. Somebody overturn that. There's no challenges on court 3, so she wasn't able to challenge it. And if she did, they would have for sure overturned that. Very next point, right after a timeout. Leah Jansen screaming at Jackie, ball don't lie. Oh, so intense. I love when Leia gets like that. So anyways, even if they did have the ability to challenge, it doesn't always work out in your favor, even if you probably do have the right call, as we saw here. All right, so now let's talk about the Challenger Finals. The Pandas ended up making their way to it. So the Pandas went from being completely winless in the first half of the season and the first event of the second half. And now they find themselves in the finals, and they're playing the best team, the SoCal Hard Eights, who won the championship last event. We end up finding ourselves in a Dream Breaker, too. Andre Mick, the passing shot, gets him up 4-3. And so Ryler DeHart taking on CJ Klinger in the Dream Breaker. This is probably the matchup to watch. Two lefties going at each other. Ryler DeHart was on the championship team for the Chicago Slice back in San Clemente in the first half of the season. So here we go, 2016, Todd Foe taking on Andre Mick. What's going to happen? Mick can't get it to land, and the Hard Eights, they win their second championship for the second half of the year. Second in a row. They are definitely the best squad there. They deserve this win for sure. And so now the moment we've all been waiting for, the CJ Klinger interview. Let's see what he's got to say.
Come out on top.
Yeah, it was a special 2 tournaments so far with my team.
Not bad.
To my owners, Tim Parks and Rick Chan.
Doing good.
And my teammates, Todd, Yana, and Eva. I wouldn't be here without them.
Perfect. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. He did it, everybody. It seemed like it was a bit scripted, like he rehearsed it all night long, but who cares? He nailed it. And so now the MVP award. Who's it going to go to? He's trying to act like he doesn't know it's him. Oh, how awesome. You get 2 cruises in the same year, dude. MLP learned their lesson. They're like, we'll take the trophy. Here you go. Yeah, you hold that. See, they know the drill now. So does that mean that Christian Alshon and CJ Klinger are going to be on the same cruise? If so, that deserves its own reality TV show. I would totally watch a show about the two of them on a cruise ship together. And so the Hard Eights are your champions for the Challenger League. Once again for the second time in a row. Can they three-peat? We'll find out next event in San Clemente. All right, well, that's going to do it. But before we get out of here, let's play a quick game of partner body bag, winner off the net.
Partner body bag, winner off the net. Partner body bag, winner off the net. Leah Jansen, winner off the net. Dyson McGuffin, winner off the net. Anna Leigh Waters, body bag. James McDonald, body bag. Sorry, not sorry, winner off the net. Sorry, not sorry, partner.
Partner body bag, winner off the net. The game where I'm given 3 people in the pickleball world, and I have to decide who I'd partner with, who I'd body bag, and who I'd hit a winner off the net with. Sorry, not sorry style. Almost like Mary F. Kill, except pickleball. So, the 3 names for this week are going to be the stars of the DC pickleball team. We got Jade and Jackie Kawamoto. We got Christian Alshon. And we got Riley Newman. So one of them I'm going to have to just do nothing to. Let's see. I definitely don't want to be a partner with Riley Newman. I don't know. He just always seems like he's tough to play with, eye-rolling. He gets along with Christian Alshon for some reason. Maybe it's because they're hot tub bros.
Let's go.
I just got in.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
2-0.
2-0. This is what 2-0 looks like. Let's get after it tomorrow. Let's go. Job's not done.
Job not finished. Job not finished.
Definitely would not partner with Christian Alshon. So it's either one of Jade or Jackie. I think I like Jackie more, to be honest. I don't know. She just seems a little bit more friendly, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more fun. Jade is a lefty, so that would be kind of nice. No, I think I'm going to stick with Jackie. So I'm going to partner with her. Ooh, and now who do I want to body bag? I mean, it's got to be Christian Alshon, right? I mean, maybe if that final interview didn't go the way it did, I'd be like, I could body bag Riley Newman. No shot. Definitely body bagging Christian Alshon. And I guess that means I'm going to hit a winner off the net against Riley Newman. So there you have it. Partnering with Jackie Kawamoto. I'm going to body bag Christian Alshon, and I'm going to hit a winner off the net with Riley Newman. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you never miss an episode. We got a lot coming up in the next few weeks. I don't want you to miss it. Make sure you hit that like button too. That always really helps. Share this episode with your friends if they weren't able to catch the action or just want a quick little recap on it. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about this weekend. Maybe tell me if you thought it was okay or not that Fed called ALW the B word. Give me your answer for partner body bag winner off the net. And don't forget to check out the Etsy store. The link is in the description below. Lots of great stuff to get. Rep the show. Help support it. Next episode is going to be all about nationals. It's like a week long. It's going to be really fun. So definitely tune in next time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you back soon. Take care.
Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. I'm sorry. Forgiveness